day 11 of 12 days of Beardsmas. We're coming close to an end. Today we got a new beard, we got a couple giveaway announcements, and just the enjoyment of spending this time together. Seriously, as always, guys, thank you for watching these videos. Today's another really fun history lesson that I think you're going to enjoy. Spotlighting Fable Beard Co. one last time on this series. Up over here, DanC20 for 20% off every order. When you guys use that code, not only does it save you a good amount, it also helps out the channel, so a big thank you. So Fable Beard Co., huge plans coming in the future. I want to say make sure you guys are keeping an eye out for things that they're doing, like expanding their CBD line, also expanding their grooming line, just not just beards, but beyond that, not just women's products, beyond that. Keep an eye out. 2021 is going to be huge for them, like huge. One thing I want to show you guys today is their beard butter. Their beard butter is a really, really nice butter. It is as full body and as thick as it gets. But one thing that's pretty unique with their butter is their carriers are all real butters with just the addition of fragrance oils and then also a little bit of beeswax in there. So it is a firm, full body styling butter, but also deep nourishment with butters like mango butter, like shea butter, like kokum butter. We got a bunch of really exotic ones in here. Really high quality, not cheap ingredients. You guys can go check those out online to see what it would take to make this, and they do it super well. A little bit goes a long way. Melt that product down till it's completely liquid. Make sure your beard is damp first, run it through. It is fantastic. When you wake up in the morning, you're gonna feel that difference once you rinse it out in the shower. All right, so a big shout out, thank you to Fable Beard Co. 3 years running now we've been doing this. Beard of the day. We're going to take another look at a man throughout history that had some facial fur going on. And guys, this series is not meant to be some long, drawn-out documentary with every detail and stop along the way. I'm trying to give you things that I found to be entertaining, indigestible, and hopefully you appreciate that. If any of them have caught your attention or you feel like they're really fascinating, go dig deeper on them. I think you'll find some things that surprise you, and you might just enjoy yourself. I know reading, try it. Give it a try, okay? Today we're going to look at, boom, Harland Colonel Sanders. Now, Colonel's not his first name. If you poll America, most Americans say, hey, what's the Sanders guy from KFC's first name? Most people are going to say Colonel. No, that's not true. It is a title that he was given, and we'll get to that in the story. But this guy is rocking some unique facial hair. One thing I love this year is it's not just full bearded dudes. It's guys with every style you can imagine, and they rock it with confidence, and they actually become known for it, which is really, really interesting to me. Well, Colonel Sanders, the fried chicken guy, right? He had a rough life. Pretty much from start to finish, every stop along the way, he had some challenges and hurdles he needed to overcome, living to the ripe age of 90 years old, and again, we'll get there. But right from the beginning, at 5 years old, his father passed away. This put his mom in a bad position. She had to start working multiple jobs. Sanders had several siblings that he needed to take care of, so he started to do things like cook, right? This is where he learned to make food. Chicken didn't come for a little while, and he learned all sorts of different things to be able to help out the family. He started to get some jobs as well to be able to help out, and he actually dropped out of school at the very beginning of 7th grade. Pretty amazing to think what this man accomplished with a 6th grade education. While some of those jobs included working in law, he was helping out law firms and law practices until he got fired for getting in a fist fight in the courtroom. Yeah, that's a big no-no. Other things were he worked like as a midwife on a ship. Now, there were laws and rules on midwives and nurses. So to get away from that, they went out on a ship, and people that couldn't afford to have a nurse, they joined this ship and they were able to kind of beat the system a little bit, and Colonel Sanders was delivering babies. Pretty amazing. And then at the age of 15, he enlisted in the U.S. military. Now you're like, Dan, hey, I know a little bit about history. You can't do that. He forged his birth certificate at the age of 15 to get in. He served in Cuba, but only for a couple of months until they found out about the age. They gave him an honorable discharge. Now you may ask, hey man, a 15-year-old could not get the status of colonel. Well, what happened was the governor of Kentucky named him an honorary colonel. Governors can do different things, but one of them, the highest one, at least in Kentucky, is to name someone a colonel, and that's what they gave him. Now, let's take a second to acknowledge this. You see the spelling of colonel on the video title here. How the heck is that pronounced Colonel with that spelling. I've never got that, but I looked up like 5 videos because I'm terrible with pronunciation. I'm like, it is Colonel. This is straight up Colonel. So I am right there. You can go check it out. There's a lady that's like, Colonel. And speaking of pronunciations, Colonel Sanders was known to swear at every opportunity. If he could insert an adjective, it was likely going to be a 4-letter word. This was something throughout his entire life, all the way to the end, that he was really well known for. And maybe that led to his first marriage not going so well. He got married at a young age, had kids at a young age, and his wife and him didn't agree pretty much from the start. He ended up leaving his wife and tried to kidnap his own children. That didn't work out. They kind of got back together until tragedy struck again in his life, and one of his sons passed away, I believe it was at age 20, and that finally drove them apart to get divorced. He does get remarried and stays with that woman for the rest of his life. Now, after all this is going on, after all his crazy jobs, he gets a job at a Shell gas station. Now, he starts selling food out of the Shell gas station, and the huge revelation, the thing that changed the whole trajectory of his life, was he started making fried chicken, but the problem with fried chicken is it took too long to prepare. If you're at a gas station, you're not gonna have somebody come in and order fried chicken and wait 30 minutes. So what he did was he started cooking the fried chicken in a pressure cooker. That was the first. That was the revolution. It sped up the time, but also kept the quality and gave it that little bit of a crisp. He was known for, I think it was 11 ingredients on his spices. That was like the top secret thing. And started selling out of the gas station. It did so well that he ended up getting rid of the gas station part and turned it into a restaurant. But even before that, he got into a little bit more trouble, likely killing a man. Yes, killing a man. When what he would do was to advertise his fried chicken, he would go around the city and he'd paint these murals saying, hey, Shell station this many miles, look at this fried chicken, come get some food. And a competing gas station owner did not appreciate that and went and painted over them like we see with like political stuff this day. Well, Colonel Sanders and then 2 of the Shell employees went to go confront this man. The man busted out a handgun, shooting and killing one of the guys Sanders was with. Just drew, bang, killing him. Well, guess what? Colonel Sanders had a gun himself, returned fire, hitting the man in the shoulder. Now, this is where the story divides in history. This is more recent history, but there still is 2 sides. One side says that they were both charged. Colonel Sanders got off on self-defense. The other man went to prison and died there later. Others say that the same story, but the man died from the bullet wound, meaning Colonel Sanders killed him. Who knows there? I want to go with Colonel Sanders killed him because the guy shot at him first, right? You got to have self-defense here. America. So that was a pretty wild story. But unfortunately, the gas station / restaurant was doing so well until the highway got rerouted. Their business was really based on people coming by. It almost became kind of a tourist attraction. And once the highway rerouted, people were not coming to their establishment. He had to sell it in an auction, pretty much losing everything he had, living off dollars to be able to survive. So what did he do? He decides he's going to travel the country and sell his method and recipe to different places looking for a commission. I believe it was 4 cents per chicken sold, and he went around and ended up getting hundreds of places that ended up becoming franchises. His buddy coined the term KFC. His best friend actually opened up the very first KFC and was the first franchisee and came up with things like finger licking good and a bunch of other aspects that we know today. And it worked out really well. Until someone bought the whole franchise chain from Colonel Sanders. He did sell it. That was his choice. He said no for a very long time until the millions got too big and he said yes. Well, that marriage didn't work out kind of like his first marriage because he thought the quality of the food was going down. So Colonel Sanders sued KFC and the new owner. Well, KFC ended up returning the lawsuit against Colonel Sanders himself because he opened up a restaurant in a very similar name, selling very similar chicken. They both settled outside of court, but KFC ended up hiring Colonel Sanders eventually to tour the country and train these different locations on how to properly make the food. And he did that literally wearing that iconic white suit. This happened for 20 years. He was never seen in public without wearing that white suit, without that iconic beard that he's got rocking. I thought that was a really cool way. He worked until the last month of his life. Now, what happened to his life? He was later diagnosed with leukemia. And then what ended up killing him was complications from that, and he had acute pneumonia at 90 years old. But he's going to live on with the franchise, with the name, with the commercials, with, I think there's like a Lifetime or Daytime TV show movie that they're making on him. I don't think I can watch it, but who knows, maybe one day. And also there's a crazy curse in Japan that's really interesting that has to do with Colonel Sanders. There was a baseball team, the Japanese Baseball League. The team won the championship. This is 20-something years ago. They're celebrating by jumping in this river. Well, they had a first baseman that was a white American that everyone called KFC because he kind of looked like him. So they went and stole a KFC statue from a restaurant over there. Yes, they had KFC in Japan that long ago. And they jumped in the river with the statue to celebrate. Well, following that, they had their worst seasons of all time, and people claim that it was the KFC or the Colonel Sanders curse, and still to this day, one of the arms and the glasses from the statue are missing in that river, and they believe that is why they still have not won the championship. Ooh, but man, rough life with some huge successes, some crazy twists and turns along the way with a lot of tragedy, but I had a feeling he really is happy to see where the recipe is at today, even if it's not exactly where it started. Giveaway time! Let's go ahead and announce yesterday's winner of the $50 Royal Beardsman gift card and then let you know how you can enter to win today's Fable giveaway. So, yesterday, as long as you followed the rules, random comment generator, good luck to you. Boom! Congratulations. Get a hold of me. The contact info is in the details of the description, and it is DanCBearded on Instagram, Dan_command@yahoo.com. Today, we are giving away a $100 gift card from Fable. Anything you want from that company, leading up to $100. If you go above it, you just got to add on your own money there. But $100, fantastic. Thank you, Fable. What I need you to do is, number one, make sure you subscribe to this channel and remain subscribed. Number two, drop a comment down below letting me know your favorite character from a book or movie of all time. Fable's all about that character development. Who is your favorite ever? I'm excited to hear what you guys come up with. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed the little KFC knowledge today. DanCBearded, stay bearded and stay positive.